You are listening to Viewpoints from PlaceCloud. Cultural researchers tell stories of places from around the world. For the full multimedia experience and to support the creators you enjoy, visit placecloud.io.
We're standing on Hampstead Road Bridge, looking east towards Horley Lock. To the left of the canal, you can see aged trees, and to the right, a building adorned with brick sawtooth gables and with Eggcups sitting atop the long plinths. The brick sawtooth gables belong to a television studios by architects Terry Farrell Partners in a converted 1950s garage, also incorporating a 1920s warehouse. Designed from 1981 to 1983, the TV-AM building was, as the name suggests, home to one of Britain's first breakfast television programmes, and has been celebrated for its curved street facade in concrete blockwork, with commercial-style lettering protruding from the wall, and for its use of colour. Made of fibre-reinforced plastic or fiberglass, the Eggcups have more latterly become symbols of the building and of the style of architecture with which the building is associated, postmodern architecture. The building's redevelopment and expansion by Jacobs Weber in 2013 was a staging pace for a growing awareness of the threat that buildings in this architectural style were under, and launched an entire movement for their conservation, which has been termed the postmodernism revival. Thought about as a television studios, the TV-AM building's change in function and appreciation have run in parallel with wider developments in broadcasting technology, encompassing everything from the advent of breakfast television in the 1980s to the building's rediscovery on social media in the 2010s via the growing availability of satellite television. Exacerbated by the sale of the studios to Viacom International in 1993, Farrell's architecture has created an ever-growing association between the television studios, the plastic Eggcups, and the increasing drive towards market liberalisation in the press and broadcast media. In architecture, the 1980s was an age of increasing professionalisation, and the decade was marked by continued growth in the use of contractors in construction and in property development. Nevertheless, as Farrell's building shows, there are still some areas where radical approaches were permissible. In Farrell's view, this was particularly true of buildings where the costs per square metre were kept low, and the building was expected to undergo rapid transformation in its functional and spatial organisation shortly after its completion anyway, such as is the case for industrial buildings and the design of museum exhibits. It is this feeling of there having been some uncharted territory, which has now been mapped out, which causes such pangs of nostalgia for the especially younger architects who admire the TV-AM building and the style of architecture it stands for.